Happy video day, guys. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys all about a brand new product from Fenty Beauty. I was super excited to pick this up. It just like really, I don't know, there was something about it. It really called my attention. It is the Sun Stalk'R Bronzers that they just finished releasing. I was obsessed with the name just because, like, you know, like when you're trying to get a tan, you are like trying to stalk the sun, you know, like, so I love the name. I love the packaging. I thought everything about it looked so freaking cute. So I definitely had to pick up this bronzer. So what we're going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be trying it on for you guys. I'm going to give you guys my first impression thoughts of what I'm thinking about this bronzer. Obviously, I'm a little bronzed already, so I already have it on. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm Christina Brooke. This is the Glam Ranch. I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button. I also do have a giveaway going on right now. All that information will be down in the description box in case you want to join. But let's go ahead and let's get into this Sun Stalk'R because there's a few things to say about it, and I think you guys might be pretty interested in this product. So before we get into all of the details about this product, let's first talk about the outer packaging. So when you guys first get this product, it is in the cute Fenty packaging that all of the Fenty packaging is in. I really honestly love this black and like off-white and rose gold packaging. I honestly think the Fenty packaging is so cute. And then when you take out this product, it is this beautiful rose gold case. I love the case. Rose gold is like one of my favorite colors, so I love anything rose gold, so I love it. It does have like this hexagon. Is that the shape? Hexagon? It has like this hexagon shape, and I really honestly think the shape is really cute. I love everything about it. It is going to get your little fingerprints all over it because it is a reflective casing. FYI, that bothers you. I don't really care about that, and it does say the shade name on the back. The casing itself is beautiful, sleek, and I love it. The only thing is to try to get to the inside is a little bit difficult to open up this casing. It does take a little bit of a struggle to kind of get this thing open. It's not crazy, but I just wanted to let you guys know if you guys have longer nails than mine, you might have a harder time opening this because it is not the easiest to dig your fingers in there to open it, just so you know. But once you get the package open, I love it. It has the FB for Fenty Beauty engraved into the beautiful compact, and then you do get a cute little mirror. I personally don't think that this is the most useful mirror. It's very, very small. I mean, if you're on the go and you need a mirror, it's always great to have any mirror in a compact. However, is it a mirror that I'm going to use very often? Probably not. That being said, the quality of the mirror is really good. It's very clear. It's a good quality mirror. It's just really small, so it's hard to use. So that might be the only thing that I would tell you. The packaging is a lot smaller, the mirror is a lot smaller. It's going to be harder to use this mirror with this bronzer if you're trying to bronze up your face. You do need a kind of overall view of your whole face when you're bronzing. It is good for touch-ups, however, I would never use this mirror to like fully put on my whole bronzer. I need more view of my face for bronzer. So that is my little critique when it comes to the actual packaging. But however, it does look like such a luxurious, beautiful product. I do love the packaging. I just wish that it was a little bit more supersized. Like if they grew the bronzer like this much more, I think that everything would work really, really good. However, if they did do that, the price would not be what it is right now. So for being Fenty Beauty, it is $30, which is not a horrible price point, especially being that it is a more higher end brand. The amount of bronzer you get in here is not like the most amount of bronzer, but it's kind of typical because like if I compare it to even my Pretty Vulgar bronzer, this has the exact same amount of product in it, just doesn't have the mirror. If I compare it to even my Smashbox Cali Contour, it is probably very similar to the amount of bronzer you get in here. It might actually be a little bit more than the one in here. I mean, obviously, if I compare it to something like my Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer, I mean, there is like no comparison with the amount of bronzer you get in here, but this one obviously is a lot bigger. You get 0.8 ounces in the Omega bronzer, which is like an abnormally large bronzer. But if I compare it to something like the Butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, which my daughter dropped and is like crumbled, this one has 0.38 ounces compared to the 0.2, so you are getting more in the Butter bronzer. For the most part, I don't really think it's a lot less bronzer than typical other higher end brands usually come out with almost the same amount, maybe a little bit more. It is a smaller compact, but for the most part, it is kind of similar to what I have seen in the past in other higher end brands releasing bronzers similar to this one. Before I get into the application on my face, let's get into some of the details that Fenty has said about this product. So like I did say already, it does retail for $30 US, which is a pretty decent price point. It does come in 8 different shades, so it does go from fair to very deep. It has a very nice shade range within the range. So they are claiming that this is a long wear transfer resistant bronzing powder with 8 groundbreaking shades, each carefully curated to bring all skin tones to life. So it is a cruelty-free product. So it does say that it is a smooth, creamy, and easy to blend. It's light as air bronzer that gives you a sun-soaked glow that stays put all day. Whether you're looking for warmth or contouring, it also gives you the perfect soft matte finish. It is a matte bronzer as it states, and I have a few little things to say about this bronzer. So when I first opened it up, I was pretty pleased to see that the color of the bronzer is not that off to maybe some of the other shades of bronzers that I have gotten in the past. I did purchase the Morphe one just recently, and I didn't want to get the really light one because I figured that might be for fair skin tones, and that was a mistake because the second one up was way too orange for my skin tone. So I was a little bit nervous going into buying this bronzer, knowing that there was 8 different shades, that maybe this would be orangey. It is not at all. This is a beautiful warm bronzer. You do want to go a little bit warm when you pick a bronzer, because bronzer is to add life to your face, and you go a little bit more cool when you're picking like a contour. However, sometimes people use that warm a little too loosely and they make the warm orange, which could be completely wrong because we do not want to look like Oompa Loompas. This is a beautiful, warm, very, very pretty bronzer. It has a little bit of coolness to it, but it's like that perfect coolness that makes you look more sun tanned and not like sun orange. When applying this product, I was a little bit concerned going into it because I was not 100% sure about the color. The color looked okay, but like I said, some of my other bronzers looked a little more cool tone, and I was a little bit concerned that this could be a little orange, but it's not at all, guys. When I applied this to my face, I saw a very nice shift into my skin tone, kind of turning into the more tan look. This is not one of those bronzers, at least not the shade that I purchased, that really gives you that extra, like, super exaggerated bronze look. This is more of a natural build up bronzer. When I first put it on, I did see it kind of start giving me a bronze effect, but I did have to layer over a few more times for me to kind of get like pretty bronze, because I like to look bronze, you know, I like that tan look. So I did have to go in a couple of times to kind of build up, to kind of give me that tan look that I like to have. So I do think that it did blend really good. And the good thing about this bronzer as well is that I do not feel like it looked cakey. Sometimes when you're working with powders and you start to layer them over each other, you start getting too cakey looking and it starts looking like you started to put on way too much makeup. Well, this bronzer kind of does have that creamy, kind of silky feel. It starts to melt into the skin. And when I was looking, and I'm looking at myself in the monitor right now, I don't look powdery at all. I kind of just look like I have kind of like a fun little bronze to my face. And another thing that I love is there is no shimmer in here. Shimmer can be a huge no-no, especially if you have any texture on your face. You have to be careful with shimmery bronzers. They're fun to play with, but maybe not an everyday essential. So for me, the fact that this is a matte bronzer was a great thing. I like to have matte bronzers because I feel like they kind of hide texture and they kind of give you more of that more tan look. And then I like to use my highlight to kind of emphasize where I want that glariness. Do you know what I'm saying? So for the most part, as I was using this, I think it did a really beautiful job. I love the final product, and when I was looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, well, this looks really pretty. This color on me is the perfect natural tan look. It is not the JLo glow, like super tan, you know, kind of bronzer. I feel like my Pretty Vulgar one gives me more of like that super tan look. This one gives me more of that natural tan look, like that tan look that I would probably wear during the day, the tan look that I would like to wear on a daily basis. This has that color for me. So for the most part, I feel like the look that it gives me, I really like. I don't feel like I look orange, which is one of the most important things for me, and the blend. Some bronzers, when you put them on, they kind of get stuck. This one blends really beautifully. You can tell that this is a good quality product. It works really good. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I really love the way that this works together. I love that very natural tan look, but that it still gives you that warmth that you need, but it doesn't give you that exaggerated warmth that sometimes can look a little bit much. So I am very happy with this. I personally do not think that you can contour with this color. This is not cool toned enough for me to want to contour with. I'll just show you guys quickly. Like, it does claim to be able to contour. This one right here is a color that I would contour with, if you guys can tell. Not so much. So for the most part, for me, this is not a contour color. So even though it does say that you can bronze and contour with it, this is more of a bronzer. So right here is a quick little swatch of Shady Biz. And as you guys can tell, it's very similar to what you see on my face. It has a beautiful, very warm, with a little bit of cool toneness to it. I will tell you guys, bronzers are not the easiest thing. Some bronzers, they are just way too orange or they're way too cool tone. This one has a very, very pretty complement, cool tone and warm tone. I think it's very, very pretty. So I have to tell you guys, overall, for me personally, I think that this is a beautiful bronzer. There is 8 shades, and if you guys can find a good undertone for your skin tone, I think you might actually really enjoy this. The only thing that I think some people may not enjoy is the fact that the compact itself is not the easiest to use to actually put on the bronzer. But like I have said before, some of my other bronzers that I really love, like this one right here, I don't even have a mirror for it. So if you really, really love a bronzer, I feel like you find a way to put it on. And this is one of those that the compact is beautiful and I love the compact. However, it's a little bit harder to apply bronzer with such a small mirror. But for the most part, guys, I honestly think that this is well worth $30. It's a beautiful bronzer. It performs great on the skin. So I have had the bronzer on for a few hours already, and I feel like it still looks really, really nice. I was outside and everything, and I still think it looks really, really good. So I honestly really like this. First impression wise, I'm very impressed with this product. I do have a few more Fenty Beauty items that I'm going to be testing. I think I'm going to do a almost full face of Fenty Beauty coming very soon, because I did actually get a few Fenty items that I want to put them all in one video together. But I'm really happy I tried this one out because this gave me a really good first impression of the Fenty line. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys did, don't forget to give me those thumbs up, leave me your comments below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.